Bumble. Okay.
Yeah, back to Fall of Cybertron. Back in Kaon, everything seems to be going great for the Decepticons. They have their tower, they have their nemesis, but someone seems to be breaking in.
Hack Shockwave's data logs.
Yes, sir.
Go check out the main server. Make sure it's still secure. I'll lock down the main entrance. What are you waiting for? Move!
Oh great, we're playing as a generic.
Lights are out again. Probably another.
And it suddenly became a survival horror game.
Well,
I hate these new scannings.
if you consider survival horror walking around with just a flashlight. These days. These days I can understand.
Memory cores are fried. Need to find some new ones.
But at least we're not alone. At least we have our friend here with us, right?
Where's the 8 Energon pasties?
Thought I saw someone down here. That's nothing. Server's just ahead. Hey, you hear about Starscream?
That idiot finally got what was coming to him.
Do tell.
Maybe this is survival horror.
Who's there?
Or perhaps it's just
He was my best friend.
someone wearing a cloak, but
But I don't want to kill the poor Mook.
Next week. Show yourself.
you may not be able to hear it, but he's got that sort of real nervous chattering sound going on.
Starscream. Is that you?
Yeah, probably.
Starscream? Hey! What are you doing here?
I hear this is where all the idiots hang out.
Hey, you look angry. We were just joking around. Hey, I'd be angry too if Megatron made a fool of me. Not that you're a fool, of course. I'm the fool.
I think he'll go on pretty much forever if you let him.
Shockwave's latest experiment
But,
is in
you
the
know,
central
we've got a game to play, got some stuff to get done, so
access it through the rear maintenance.
Starscream's betrayal.
Megatron will rue the day he made a fool of me. Precious
Fool!
Yeah, this is Starscream's betrayal,
Yes, he's betraying now.
as opposed to
What
before.
are you waiting for? Move! Ah, oh no!
His sneak attack is somewhat less subtle than Cliff Jumper's.
Sound the alarm!
But now we're back to another flying character.
Only Starscream could be this handy when he's trying to actually command something.
Okay, so the point of this mission, you can waste a lot of time in this area by doing a lot of stuff for Starscream, but I figured I'd only show off just a small amount of it to assume I could find it. Otherwise, you can just waste a lot of time here sneaking around. I'm honestly not sure how the Decepticons can't look up into the sky and not see him like this. Because totally sneaky, this thing floating above your heads.
Well, they never...
When did we last...
Well, it takes them forever to notice
when
the
were
helicopters
flight
in
schedules
around
last?
here. Well, you land maybe just, I don't know, a couple hundred yards away from someone in Metal Gear as a helicopter, so... I don't know.
Yeah, Metal Gear Mook Syndrome.
Surprise!
At the end of the day...
Oh yeah, this.
Yes, all shall fall before me.
Oh boy!
Random little thing, because everyone cares about Starscream wearing a crown ever since the first time he ever wore a crown. So we have to make him always wear a crown whenever he wants to rule the Decepticons with a crown. I just...
Starscream's gone mad.
Can I say I do not like the crown? I never really did.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be dumb.
But everyone seems to think it's the coolest thing to put on him on every toy ever.
I don't know about cool, but it certainly makes him look like a jackass.
Whoop! Out of the way! Your Highness coming through!
Probably most entertaining in this game to play as flying characters.
Well, that's kind of the general consensus between this and the previous game anyway. The Fly is the playing character. I said that right, didn't I?
Nah.
Damn it. Because you can fly. You can go anywhere. Crash into walls all the time. I like how he ends up being able to take off before his wings grow out.
Well, if you can call those wings anyway.
I don't know why I'm bothering to hack the sentries. Maybe I was hoping to make a TF2 reference or something, I don't know. Actually, I don't even know why you need to hack the sentries. All you need to do are hack the data ports.
Hey guys, there's all kinds of havoc going around. And, I think I just saw something in the sky
Spy,
earlier.
sapping my sentry. Yeah, about as obvious as it could get, I suppose. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't play TF2. You play TF2. You make your TF2 jokes.
Spy.
Fuck off.
Spy. Sentries actually... Do the sentries turn on them, or do they
Pretty
just
much.
turn off? Well, in that case, you're talking more like, I don't know... That's not really... It's more like, Fallout.
More after that. Only one tower left.
Okay. You're the expert, not I.
Do this face to face.
Or Unreal. We'll just go with Unreal, because everything here is just you know, reused from every other Unreal game ever.
Actually, now that I think about it, the sentry issue is... I think the sentries are just part of an achievement. So I don't know why I'm bothering with them. I've already got the achievement. I think. Well, we'll see in a second.
Filler?
Yeah, I already have the achievement,
That
so...
doesn't seem to be related to anything.
Well, if no achievement comes up, then I've already got it.
Achievement.
That's that. Now I must overload the main terminal. That got their attention. This should do the trick.
Ah, crap.
Don't worry, I don't spend much time dealing with these guys.
Yeah, you've got their attention, alright, Starscream.
Bye-bye. I'm leaving now. This is a kind of long-ish chapter that involves us not playing as Starscream for the whole thing. So, I ain't gonna waste my time bothering with staying as Starscream for very long. Ow, 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 ow. Out of the way.
The subject continues to resist every test. I suspect they were administered incorrectly.
I assure you, the tests were done as you instructed.
We
We shall see, Sharpshot.
Ah, yeah, Sharp Shot. That was the other guy that that Steve Bloom plays.
Steve Bloom plays Steve Bloom and Steve Bloom.
In the same room.
Always took
Yeah.
the shockwave. Must be quite the test.
Shockwave's log 77839. The subject's core functions are operating within tolerable levels, despite complications encountered during microsurgery. Subject's power readings have increased tenfold, thanks to my rerouting energon feeds from all but the most basic of cerebrocircuitry. Hardshell. Administer stress test 87.
Let me play with it.
In due time, Sharpshot. Insecticons, follow me.
So what is Starscream gonna do about that?
Well, Starscream, in his limited knowledge and complete idiocy, I'm thinking he thinks that he can actually take advantage of Grimlock to make his own stupid army. Because Starscream is that big of an idiot that he thinks he can appeal to Grimlock. This is Grimlock we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Grimlock don't want to be no evil guy. RID taught me that. Both of them.
You picked on the wrong.
It's also incidental, now that I think about it, that both Robots in Disguise series have a Grimlock who is a green guy who can actually speak in standard talk.
I know what Shockwave has done to you and your team.
And neither one of them are exactly the way you'd think of Grimlock.
That you're just chomping at the bit to pay him back. But what is a Grimlock to do? Surely Optimus has written you off, and you're entirely too stupid to think for yourself.
I'm sure that's going to help
To me,
your
Case Starscream, yeah, that's really gonna help you get his favor.
free.
On the other hand, it might not.
Thanks. I'll free myself.
Wait, I can help you.
Yes, you can. Be my projectile! Yes, this is Greg Berger returning to the role of Grimlock after quite a long time, and I think... Well, he's not the same kind of Grimlock. That's anything but a bad thing in this case.
Nothing feels right. Hard to think.
Not quite sure how I feel about his design. I mean, it works, and I have nothing against it, but I think it's just way too many glowy bits.
Well, it's kind of the thing with Transformers.
Well, Cybertron in general, but
Yeah.
I think Grimlock kind of went overboard with that, specifically. And, of course, this was the other game seller, aside from Bruticus. You can now play as the brutal Grimlock.
Pretty
You don't
much-
say!
Pretty much styled after his animated incarnation, really.
Well, his animated incarnation had a mouth.
Well, yeah, that.
And he's pretty much Kibble 3, at least in robot mode. But, you know, I kind of liked the Generation 1 model's back Kibble thing.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Did let me just be reminded. I'm remembering it wrong, but did all the Dinobots fly?
Actually, I think they did. They never really talked much about that particular aspect of their design, but they all flew. At least in robot mode.
Here it is. Don't let it reach the
And I feel like the fact that they all had that sort of wing-like back kibble aided the sort of illusion there was to flying. But yeah, this is basically, this isn't, we've completely switched game modes by turning it to Grimlock. Similar to Bruticus, we're now just using mostly melee attacks and stuff to smash things with. We also have a shield. And you know what? It works to keep me actually interested in the fucking game, otherwise everything just gets so samey for a long goddamn time.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that this heavy
But
melee...
even then, this heavy melee thing is still based on Unreal.
Yeah, and the heavy melee and long-range combat were pretty much really interchangeable in Warhammer, the Space Marine games, but in this, they're very separate.
Yeah. So it's still not perfect. Then again, it's a little bit more understandable in Space Marines because they're
It's what they
Space
do.
Marines.
The Space Marines is what they do. It's like, you know...
Meanwhile, the division between the
they're
run and gun type
powered
and the
by
heavy
their-
brutal type here in this game is kind of understandable because
Emperor.
Grimlock is a heavy brute.
And they're all like, oh, we're covered in blood of our enemies, we fight for the Emperor. Wah.
Yeah. Does make you wonder, why did Shockwave go out of his way to make the already existingly far too brutal Autobot Dino... Okay, sorry, not Dinobot. Lightning Strike Coalition Commander into an extraordinarily far more brutal fighting machine.
I don't know, maybe he's insane, like, IDW GX is insane or something.
Well, given that the Shockwave from IDW took his inspiration from G-Axis.
Who cares what the end result is? We're just here to experiment.
Perhaps.
Or more specifically, who cares about...
Come here!
Who cares about the negative repercussions of our actions?
Shockwave certainly didn't care, but then he had bigger plans. Much, much bigger plans. And this Shockwave, it's kind of hard to say whether or not he had plans nearly as big as his IDW counterpart ended up having. Because he sort of disappeared after the end of Prime.
Yeah. And he'll probably just, you know, reappear without any build-up or foreboding or warning whatsoever. Or something in the current show. That's probably
We don't know that yet, but
we don't have to know that. It'll just happen, like everything else in the show.
well, the problem is, despite the fact that we know that there was going to be a second season, they're only making pitches for it now.
Great. But you know, they pretty much do this all on the fly anyway, so I'm sure they tote Scroats got this under their hats or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, you've been hurt. He kept talking after I already blew him up.
No, please, don't hurt me! Please! Please! He's got me! Help!
Okay, kind of a brain fart at this moment. I wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying, and I thought the way to get swoop out was to throw these things at him.
I'm
It's
sure.
like, listen to the dialogue, you idiot.
I'm sure.
What? The cons are over there!
Or, you know, go towards where the target markers are.
I'm sure this is the first thing. I'm sure this makes sense considering how kind of brainless Grimlock has become at the moment.
Well, he's not nearly as brainless as his Generation 1 counterpart. He not say me Grimlock do stuff. What me Grimlock me say me Grim me.
Security deactivated.
Oh no!
That's more like it.
The only other Dinobot character I ever cared about mostly was Swoop because he was kind of the least,
Everything's different.
shall we say, Dinobot-y of the Dinobots.
Different.
I mean, yeah, he was a Dinobot in the sense that he was this sort of, yeah, me Swoop go smash stuff. But, you know, he was more the face of the group, you know? The one who did most of the talking to people, didn't like talking to the Dinobots.
There they are! Swoop, take them out. Ha, watch this! I like flying!
Swoop. I see nothing.
Alert! Alert! Approaching Dissection Lab 7B.
Dissection. Oh, there's. We don't like none of that. Let's just get this old door open and dissect the door. Yeah, yeah.
What is all this?
Yeah. Okay.
More experiments.
Is this what Shockwave did to us? Cracked us open?
You don't remember?
No. Do you?
Yes.
Grimlock.
God.
Oh, look at this one. I like my new form. What does yours look like?
Don't know, don't care.
Ugh. Hey, nice. That,
Been through worse.
Ugh.
Hardshell prefers advanced combat strategy and weaponry, as opposed to relying on his natural instinct. He is a most dangerous adversary.
Art Shell.
Grimlock. This room.
Yeah, and they brought him back for Prime.
Slug, where is he?
Think I remember. Follow me.
He ended up getting killed by Miko. Well, a combination of Wheeljack and Miko, but still. Yeah.
We got new bodies. Need a new name. Lightning Strike Coalition Force. Never
Suck
sound right.
that.
What did you do?
Knock.
Grimlock reformat. Incompatible with Teletrap.
Fuck you!
Okay.
Oh, right. One of the problems of playing this game beforehand and having all the audio logs is that you would have picked up an audio log here that would have described Shockwave's arm weapon.
Okay.
But for some reason, they decided to make it, while it was an audio/video log, you only triggered it by picking up the audio log, and since the audio log is no longer there, you can't trigger it. So, kind of stupid.
Grimlock, I got an idea.
Where are you going?
Grab that fuel pod. Now throw it at him.
Oh yeah, let's do more of this.
Picking up things, throwing things.
I mean, it frickin' works, but that's not really a new idea in the grand scheme of things, I suppose, Swoop. It's just like you literally telling me this because I'm that stupid. You think I'm that stupid? I could have figured it out on my own. Get the hell out of here.
Come on. Pick up more things. Throw those things at other things. Again.
Grimlock, we got snipers!
Pick up soldiers, throw them at things.
I can cut
Use your
missiles.
shield!
Hey, if it works, don't knock it.
Here's another fuel
Actually, I don't know that it works. I'm just going to pretend that it does, because... Why not? Come on! You're not so hard, Shell. Ha!
Not so tough now, is he? Stupid bug! Hard shell. Stop squirming!
Optical scan confirmed.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll come back and get his comeuppance later.
Come on, Grimlock. I think Slug's this way.
Swoop, you triggered the shield!
Stop whining. Hit the trigger with me. We can disable it.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
Cat.
All right, now.
That's a cat.
On
What did the
three.
cat do? What did he do?
He made a noise.
Two,
Okay.
three. Shields are coming down. Get ready.
Doesn't look like I should be even able to walk across this, let alone run.
No, it's fine.
Walk right over the gaps. That's logic.
Approaching surgical unit 2D.
2D?
This is the place.
Looks 3D to me.
Empty.
Place is a mess. Maybe Slug escaped.
Maybe.
Yeah, slug as opposed to slag, because
Something big tunneled through
slag
the bottom
is
here.
a certain kind of slang in UK land.
It means whore.
To whore. How that ended up becoming a thing, I don't know, but you know what? Let's not question it. Slug.